Hello and welcome to my scrap mechanic video. This is my 8-bit adder. I'm going to just show you the connections real quick because it's a little complicated, but I'll explain everything as I go along. So you can see all the connections between the inputs, the logic gates, and then the logic gates back into the thrusters, which are the outputs. So if I go down here, you can see I have two rows of switches. The top row is one input number, the bottom row is another input number, and then at the back I have just a bunch of thrusters that are linked up to the logic outputs, and those will turn on for the corresponding digits. So this is an 8-bit adder, so I have 8 full adders all linked together, and they work with just these two components. So this first logic gate outputs the sum digit, and that'll be the sum between the input 1, input 2, and the previous carry, and it'll output a 1 if it has 1 input or 3 inputs, but it'll output a 0 if it has 2. So it's sort of like an XOR gate with 3 inputs. This back one, it will output a 1 if it has 2 or more inputs, but it'll output a 0 otherwise. So this is the carry digit, and basically the output signals are just these sensors, and the sum digits get linked back to the thrusters. You can see sort of this purple line here. This goes to the thruster, and then this purple line here just goes into one of the inputs of the next XOR gate. And so these chain together until you have all 8, and the last carry digit gets added onto the end for the 9th thruster, because you can have a 9-digit output for two 8-digit inputs. So I'm going to show you how it works. If I put in binary number here, so in this case 7, if I add 1, it'll turn into 8. It's a little slow because it has to go through each logic gate in sequence. So right now, this would be 1 followed by 8 zeros, and all the logic is still. So if I take out this output, you can see the inputs go on one at a time. It sort of has a very slow refresh rate, but then it turns into 8-1. And that's, you can see what I have here. I'm just going to do the reverse and then watch the logic gates turn. And there you go. I'll explain how to build and set up my full adders in another video, and more about logic gates there. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you. Bye.